Welcome to Easy English Talks podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast. I hope you're all doing great today. If you're new here, welcome to our community. We upload new English podcasts every single day to help you improve your English listening and speaking skills. This is not just a video. This is a turning point in your life, a turning point in how you think, a turning point in how you use your greatest gift, your mind. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why do I feel stuck while everyone else is moving ahead? Maybe you've tried to change, you've tried to stay positive, you've tried to be focused, but no matter how hard you push, something keeps pulling you back. And here's the truth, that it's not your talent, that it's not your background, that it's not your money or your circumstances, that it's your mind. You were never taught how to use it, and no one ever told you that your mind is not just for thinking. It's a tool, a weapon, a superpower. And when you don't control it, it controls you. But that ends today, because in this video, you're going to learn exactly how your mind creates your reality, how to take back that control, and how to use your mind to build the life you truly deserve. This is going to be one of the most powerful, emotional, and transformational videos you've ever seen. And at the same time, it will improve your English. Every sentence, every word is written in clear, simple, powerful English, so you can grow your language skills while transforming your life. Before we start today's lesson, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment so you won't miss the next episode. All right, let's get started. Part 1. Your mind is a magnet. Let me tell you a truth that schools never taught you. Your mind is a magnet. It doesn't attract what you want. It attracts what you believe. That if you believe you're not good enough, you will unconsciously reject compliments. You will push away opportunities. You will sabotage good relationships. And you will prove your belief to be true, even if it's destroying you. If you believe that people can't be trusted, you will start looking for signs of betrayal. You will feel defensive, even when no one is attacking you. And soon, your relationships will start to fall apart, not because people are bad, but because your belief created that reality. This is the power of the mind, and most people are using it to destroy themselves. Think about this. When a magnet is placed near metal, it pulls it closer. But if you flip the magnet, it repels. Same magnet, different direction, different result. Your mind is the same. What you believe becomes your attraction or your rejection. If you believe you are weak, you'll attract moments that prove it. That if you believe you're powerful, you'll attract challenges that grow your power. Let's take two students. Both have the same intelligence. Both are preparing for the same exam. But student A wakes up every morning saying, I'm not smart, I always fail. And student B wakes up saying, I'm learning every day, I'm getting better. Student A gets nervous during the test. Their hands shake. They forget everything. They fail. Student B breathes calmly, remembers what they studied. They pass. Same brain, same book, different belief, different outcome. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're unlucky. It's because they've repeated the wrong belief for so long that it became truth inside their head. And once your brain believes something, it becomes your reality, even if it's destroying you. What's the solution? Replace the magnet. You cannot live a powerful life with a powerless belief. You must rewire your brain every morning. Just like brushing your teeth, you have to clean your beliefs every morning. Write or speak 3 powerful beliefs. 1. I am growing stronger every day. Point 2. My mind is working for me now. Point 3. I attract opportunities, peace, and strength. Say them with power, not like a whisper. Say them like you're telling the universe, I am ready now. You don't have to believe it at first. You just have to say it enough times until your brain starts to believe it. Because your brain doesn't care what's true, it cares what's repeated. And once a new belief is repeated, your magnet flips, your world changes, your energy shifts, and you start to become the person you were always meant to be. Your mind is your magnet. Control the magnet, and you control your world. This is not motivation. This is mental science. This is the first step to becoming unstoppable. Part 1. Your mind is a magnet. Let me tell you a truth that schools never taught you. Your mind is a magnet. It doesn't attract what you want. It attracts what you believe. That if you believe you're not good enough, you will unconsciously reject compliments. You will push away opportunities. You will sabotage good relationships. And you will prove your belief to be true, even if it's destroying you. That if you believe that people can't be trusted, you will start looking for signs of betrayal. You will feel defensive, even when no one is attacking you. And soon, your relationships will start to fall apart, not because people are bad, but because your belief created that reality. This is the power of the mind, and most people are using it to destroy themselves. Think about this. When a magnet is placed near metal, it pulls it closer. But if you flip the magnet, it repels. Same magnet, different direction, different result. Your mind is the same. What you believe becomes your attraction or your rejection. That if you believe you are weak, you'll attract moments that prove it. That if you believe you're powerful, you'll attract challenges that grow your power. That let's take two students. Both have the same intelligence. Both are preparing for the same exam. But student A wakes up every morning saying, I'm not smart. I always fail. And student B wakes up saying, I'm learning every day. I'm getting better. Student A gets nervous during the test. Their hands shake. They forget everything. They fail. Student B breathes calmly, remembers what they studied. They pass. Same brain, same book, different belief, different outcome. That it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're unlucky. It's because they've repeated the wrong belief for so long that it became truth inside their head. And once your brain believes something, it becomes your reality, even if it's destroying you. So what's the solution? Replace the magnet. You cannot live a powerful life with a powerless belief. You must rewire your brain every morning. Just like brushing your teeth, you have to clean your beliefs every morning. Write or speak 3 powerful beliefs. 1. I am growing stronger every day. Point 2. My mind is working for me now. Point 3. I attract opportunities, peace, and strength. Say them with power, not like a whisper. Say them like you're telling the universe, I am ready now. You don't have to believe it at first. You just have to say it enough times until your brain starts to believe it. Because your brain doesn't care what's true. It cares what's repeated. And once a new belief is repeated, your magnet flips, your world changes, your energy shifts, and you start to become the person you were always meant to be. Your mind is your magnet. Control the magnet, and you control your world. This is not motivation. This is mental science. This is the first step to becoming unstoppable. Part 2. Train your mind like a warrior. You were not born weak. You were not born afraid. You were not born overthinking, insecure, overreacting, overplanning, doubting, comparing, quitting. You were trained to be this way by the world, by pain, by fear, by people who never knew how to train their own minds. So now, it's time to take it back, that it's time to train your mind like a warrior. Because here's a brutal truth, that if you don't train your mind every day, your mind will train you. Your mind will train you to be a slave to your emotions, to your past, to your fears, to your pain, to your limits. But a warrior doesn't live like that. A warrior doesn't obey pain. A warrior trains pain. A warrior uses pain like a gym and builds power out of it. And you can, too. Think of your mind like a muscle. If you don't train it, it becomes soft. It starts reacting to everything, overthinking, worrying, quitting, getting angry over small things, doubting everything good. But when you train it every day, it becomes still, it becomes focused, it becomes dangerous. In the best way. A trained mind doesn't react. It observes. A trained mind doesn't panic. It prepares. A trained mind doesn't run away from fear. It walks straight through it. With calm breath, let's take a real-life example. The Navy SEALs, some of the toughest soldiers in the world. Their training is not about muscles. It's about mental strength. In one part of their training, they are dropped into cold water at night. No light, no comfort, just fear, noise, and time. They are told nothing. They don't know how long they will be there. They are just told one thing: stay calm. Most people panic in 5 minutes. They start shaking, breathing fast, thinking too much, wanting to escape. But the warriors, the ones who pass, they slow their breath. They focus only on one thing. My mind belongs to me, not to fear. They don't fight the fear, they train it. And that's exactly what you must learn to do in your life, your thoughts, your stress, your future. How to train your mind like a warrior. Step 1. Visualize. Before a warrior ever fights, they visualize. You must learn to do the same. Every morning, close your eyes for 5 minutes. Picture yourself in a challenge, a real one, a situation that normally breaks you. Nervous before speaking, angry during an argument, feeling insecure in public, scared to try something new. Now, in that moment, visualize yourself calm, breathing, confident, not reacting, not breaking. Why does this work? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you practice strength in your mind, your brain remembers that pattern. Then, when the real moment comes, you don't panic, you perform. Step 2. Control your breathing. Control your breathing equals control your brain. Your breath is the remote control to your mind. When your breath is fast, your brain thinks you're in danger, so it shuts down focus and starts a stress response. When your breath is slow, your brain calms down, focuses, and listens to you. Train this. When you feel anxious, angry, sad, scared, don't speak, don't react, don't run. Just pause and take this breath for seconds in. Hold for 4 seconds, 0.6 seconds out. Repeat for 2 minutes. Do this every single day. This is not yoga. This is mental warfare. This is how warriors build mental armor. Step 3. Reject the first thought. Choose the second. A warrior doesn't believe every thought, because the first thought is often fear, or memory, or pain, or emotion. Example: someone insults you. Your first thought is to get angry, but your trained mind says, wait, that thought is just a reaction. I don't have to follow it. Someone rejects you. Your first thought is, I'm not good enough. But your trained mind says, no, that's just a leftover belief, not the truth. This is training, rejecting the weak thought and choosing the strong one. You don't need to control all your thoughts. Just choose which one you feed. Step 4. Say your power statement. Every time you feel weak, every warrior has a mantra, a line they say again and again, especially when their mind starts to break. You need your own. Here are some examples. I am not my emotions. I am the observer. This pain is training me. I respond. I don't react. My mind is mine. I am in charge. Say it out loud. Every morning, every time you feel emotional, every time you feel like quitting, not for motivation, but for mental alignment. So your brain knows. We don't obey weakness anymore. Imagine a wild horse, untrained, strong, but dangerous. It runs in every direction. It crashes into walls. It throws you off. That's your mind, untrained. But once you train it, that wild horse becomes a weapon. It takes you anywhere you want to go, faster, stronger, focused, unstoppable. So train your mind, or your mind will destroy everything you're trying to build. You don't need to be a soldier to have a warrior mind. You just need to do the work. Practice breath control, choose powerful thoughts, visualize strength, say your mantra, observe before you react. Do this daily, and your mind will become your greatest weapon. A weapon that protects your peace, your power, your progress. Your mind is your superpower, but only when it's trained. Part 3. Stop feeding mental junk. You can't grow a strong body by eating junk food. You can't build muscles on sugar, chemicals, and soda, and you can't grow a strong mind by feeding it garbage every day. Let that sink in. Most people are trying to build confidence while feeding their mind insecurity. Most people are trying to stay calm while feeding their brain noise, drama, and fear. Most people are trying to feel peace while consuming things that are built to trigger anxiety. They want to be mentally powerful, but they feed their mind mental junk every single day. And then they wonder why they feel tired, anxious, stuck, angry, lost. It's not a mystery. It's a habit, and it's killing your mental power. Your mind becomes what you feed it. If you feed it junk, it becomes weak. If you feed it silence, strength, wisdom, and clarity, it becomes a fortress. But just like a body takes time to break down from fast food, your mind doesn't collapse overnight. It collapses quietly, over time, through tiny, invisible bites of negativity. And most people don't even know what they're feeding it, because the poison is disguised as entertainment, scrolling, catching up, relaxing. But you're not relaxing. You're rewiring your brain to be distracted, addicted, reactive, confused, unfocused. Let's break it down clearly. Mental junk is scrolling endlessly through negative news, watching content that promotes fear, comparison, drama, violence, or toxicity, arguing with strangers online, comparing your life to someone's filtered, fake highlight reel, gossip, endless self-doubt loops, repeating stories of pain that are over, listening to people who always talk about problems, never solutions, consuming fast content, short clips, dopamine hits, constant swipes. These may feel normal, but they are not harmless. They are shaping your brain. You become what you consume. And if you consume confusion, chaos, and noise, you will never build clarity, power, or peace. Let's compare two types of people. Person A, the goldfish brain, wakes up and checks phone instantly, scrolls social media for 30 minutes, watches drama reels, memes, gets triggered by someone's comment, reads negative news, feels overwhelmed, anxious, and lost. Even before breakfast, says, "Why do I feel so stressed?" Person B, the monk mind, wakes up and sits in silence for 5 minutes, writes down one thing they're grateful for, reads a page from a powerful book, does a quick stretch or breath work, enters the day with intention, not addiction, feels calm, focused, and powerful. Same 24 hours, different inputs, different emotions, different life. Here's what starts happening quietly. Inside your brain, your attention span shrinks. Your anxiety increases. Your ability to think clearly weakens. Your confidence drops. Your ability to enjoy silence disappears. You start needing distraction just to feel normal. You feel tired, even after resting. You begin to crave noise because silence feels too uncomfortable. This is how most people are living today, not because they are weak, but because they are feeding their mind poison and calling it normal. You don't even need to go through trauma to feel broken. All you need is 3 hours a day of mental junk that it will break you slowly, without you even noticing. How to stop feeding mental junk. Step-by-step mental cleanse. Step 1. Cut the first hour of consumption. The first hour of your day is your mental immune system. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop starting your day with news, notifications, social media, messages, emails, drama. Instead, feed your mind clarity, silence, gratitude. Point one powerful page from a book that a journal line like, "Today I choose peace." This is not a ritual. This is brain programming. What you feed your brain in the first hour decides how you feel the rest of the day. Step 2. Limit fast content. Increase deep content. Fast content. Reels, shorts, 5-second memes, nonstop swiping. This trains your brain to seek dopamine instead of depth. That's why reading a book feels hard, why sitting still feels boring, why focusing on one thing feels impossible. Because your brain has been trained to snack, not to focus. Retrain it. Start consuming slow, powerful content daily. Point 5 pages of a powerful book. Point 1 long-form video, like this. 1.1 real conversation without checking your phone. Write one paragraph about your thoughts. You are not trying to be productive. You are trying to be present. That's power. Step 3. Replace one junk input with one powerful input. Don't try to quit everything at once. Just make one switch. Replace gossip with a motivational podcast. Replace social scrolling with journaling. Replace morning news with 10 minutes of silence. Replace toxic conversations with uplifting books. Replace music while walking with an English podcast or life story. Small shifts, big changes. That it's not about adding more to your day. It's about feeding your mind like a future warrior, not like a confused zombie. Step 4. Audit your circle. Who is feeding your mind? Sometimes it's not the phone, it's the people. Who do you talk to most? Do they feed your mind with wisdom, courage, and ideas, or with complaints, fear, and gossip? Every conversation rewires your brain. So ask yourself daily, who do I listen to? What am I becoming after talking to them? Am I growing or just reacting? This isn't about being rude. It's about being intentional. Your mind is your responsibility, not theirs. You don't have a broken mind. You have an overloaded one, a distracted one, a misfed one. But the good news is, you are the chef. You control the ingredients. Now, start feeding it power, and it will produce power. Start feeding it clarity, and it will produce calm. Start feeding it discipline, and it will produce strength. Your mind is your superpower, but only if you stop poisoning it. Part 4. Program your focus. You can have the strongest brain, the best ideas, the biggest dreams. But if you can't focus, you will lose all of it. Because here's the painful truth. Your focus is being stolen every day, every hour, every second that be by your phone, by noise, by social media, by people, and worst of all, by your own untrained mind. The world you live in today doesn't just want your money. It wants your attention, because whoever controls your focus controls your future if you don't learn how to take it back. You will scroll through life without ever building anything real. Focus is not just about concentration, that it's not just working hard or trying to study. Focus is the ability to direct your thoughts where you want, block out what doesn't matter, stay present when everything else is screaming for attention, keep your energy on your goals, build deep mental strength over time. Focus is a weapon. But most people are too distracted to even hold it, that you've been trained to multitask. To jump from screen to screen, to switch apps every 5 seconds, to check your phone 100 times a day, to avoid silence, to avoid boredom, to avoid thinking. And this is no accident. You are being programmed to be distracted, to be emotionally weak, to need stimulation constantly, like an addict. And if you don't fight it, you will spend your life building other people's empires, while your own dreams collect dust. Let me show you how real this is. In Silicon Valley, there are companies worth billions of dollars who hire psychologists, neuroscientists, and behavior experts just to design apps that steal your attention. They study what colors make you click, what sounds make you open the app, what timing makes you scroll longer, what notifications make you come back. They know how your brain works, and they are using it against you. Think about it. If you spend 4 hours a day scrolling random content, that's 1,460 hours a year. That's more than 60 full days of your year gone. And then you say you don't have time to build your dream? No, you do have time that you've just been robbed. Quietly, here's what happens when you live without control over your attention. You forget why you started. You get tired without doing anything. You become emotionally reactive. You chase noise instead of purpose. You start things but never finish. You feel busy but make no progress. You feel guilty all the time. You begin to doubt yourself. You become mentally weak. This is not laziness. This is focus fatigue. You've trained your brain to constantly switch. So now you can't stay with anything long enough to grow. How to program your focus, step-by-step system. Step 1. Cut the mental tabs. Your brain is like a browser, and most people have 50 tabs open all the time. Thinking about a message, worrying about something 3 days ago, remembering a song, trying to reply to 4 people, checking Instagram, half reading an article, feeling guilty about being distracted. This is what ruins your clarity. Take back control. Write it down. Close the tab. Create a mind dump notebook. Every time your mind gets distracted, write it down. This tells your brain, we won't forget it. You don't have to keep it open. Once written, refocus. This one habit will give you mental peace in 7 days. Step 2. Master the 45-15 rule. Your brain cannot focus for 3 hours straight, but it can go deep for short bursts. Set a timer. 45 minutes of full focus on one thing. Then, 15 minutes break. During those 45 minutes, no phone, no tabs, no noise, no switching. Tell yourself, this 45 minutes is the most important thing in my life. It rewires your brain to go deeper, faster, better, and over time, you'll get more done in 2 hours than most do in 10. Step 3. Use the one task, one window rule. Here's a brutal truth. If you multitask, you're not efficient, you're fractured. Multitasking is a lie. You're not doing 3 things. You're doing one thing badly, then switching again. And every switch comes with a cost. mental energy, memory loss, focus damage. Train this point: one task equals one window. Close all other apps, tabs, and distractions that do one thing with 100% energy. This trains your brain to go deep. And that's where all greatness is built. Step 4. Protect your focus like it's sacred. Would you let strangers come into your house 100 times a day, shouting, interrupting, distracting, leaving trash? No, then why do you let notifications do that to your brain? Every ping, buzz, and alert breaks your focus cycle. And it takes 23 minutes to return to deep focus after a single interruption. So do this. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Keep your phone in another room while working. Tell people, I'll respond later. I'm focusing now. Create sacred focus hours daily where no one interrupts you. This isn't about being rude. It's about being powerful. Step 5. Train boredom tolerance. That if you can't sit in silence for 5 minutes, you are already a prisoner of distraction. The world has trained your brain to run from boredom, but boredom is the gateway to focus. Every day, sit still for 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no scrolling, just silence. Let your thoughts come, let them pass. This is mental strength training. The stronger your boredom muscle, the deeper your focus will become. Your life is built by your focus, and if you don't protect it, you will lose everything meaningful. Your goals don't need more effort, they need more attention. Attention on the right actions, attention on your energy, attention on your thoughts, attention on your dreams. You don't need 10 more hacks, you need 10 times more focus, because your mind is your superpower. But only when you take control of where it looks and what it ignores. Part 5. Use your mind to build a new identity. Most people try to change their life by changing their actions. I'll start waking up early. I'll stop overthinking. I'll start working hard. I'll stop being lazy. I'll try to stay motivated. But no matter how many times they try, they always fall back into old habits, old thinking, old patterns, old emotions. Why? Because they're trying to change their behavior without changing their identity. And here's the truth: your actions will always return to your identity. If you believe you're a procrastinator, you'll keep delaying. If you believe you're shy, you'll keep avoiding. If you believe you're broken, you'll keep breaking everything good. So don't just try to change your habits. Change the person who is doing them. Change the identity, and everything else will follow. What is identity? Identity is not just your name. It's not your age, your job, or your personality. Your identity is the story you tell yourself about who you are, and that story controls everything. It controls how you speak to yourself, what you think you deserve, what you avoid, what you expect, what you tolerate, what you never try, what you attract, what you become. If your story is small, your life will be small, even if your dreams are big. And that's why most people fail before they even start, because their mind is stuck in an old identity they never chose, but still believe. You were not born thinking you're weak. You were not born thinking you're ugly, stupid, anxious, or worthless. You were not born with overthinking. You were not born with fear of judgment. You were not born feeling less. Someone gave that identity to you. A teacher, a parent, a bully, a friend, a breakup, a failure, a moment of pain. That repeated in your mind again and again until it became a part of you. But here's the powerful truth: if someone else programmed that identity, you can reprogram it. You can uninstall it. You can replace it. You can build something new, brick by brick, thought by thought. Your mind is not a cage. It's a construction site, and you are the builder. Now, Let's imagine a man standing inside a small, invisible circle. He wants to move forward, he wants to explore, that he wants to succeed. But every time he walks forward, he hits something that he doesn't see, a wall. But it's there, he can't explain it. He just feels stuck. Now imagine this invisible wall is his identity, his thoughts, his beliefs, his fears, his self-image. Unless he changes what he believes about himself, that invisible wall will trap him for the rest of his life. And that's exactly what happens to millions of people. They keep trying new things, but they're walking in circles inside the same old identity. The only way out is to break that identity and build a new one with your own hands. How to build a new identity, step-by-step inner reconstruction. Step 1. Name the old identity. Don't hide it. You cannot change what you're afraid to admit. So grab a notebook and write the name of the identity that's been controlling you. Example: I always ruin things, that I'm not good at relationships, that I'm lazy, that I overthink everything, that I always give up, that I'm not confident enough, that I can't focus, that I don't deserve success. People don't respect me. To be brutally honest, because these are not just beliefs, they are chains, and once you name them, you can break them. Step 2. Ask, where did this come from? Not, is it true? Stop asking, is it true? Because your brain will always say yes, that you've believed it for too long. Ask this instead, where did this come from? Whose voice is this in my head? Is this mine or something I was told? This is how you separate yourself from the identity. You are not the voice, you are the one who hears it. Step 3. Design a new identity, not a new habit. Now, flip the script. If the old story was, I always quit when things get hard, the new identity becomes, I am the type of person who finishes what I start. No matter what. If the old story was, I'm not confident, the new identity becomes, I am the type of person who speaks with calm power, even when I'm nervous. If the old story was, I always get anxious in public, the new identity becomes, I am the type of person who feels calm and focused, even in a crowd. That don't just write affirmations. Write evidence-based identity statements, short, powerful, and personal. Then say it every day, before sleep, after waking up, again and again, until your brain believes it. Because that's all identity is. Repeated stories. So now, repeat the ones that serve your future. Step 4. Take tiny actions to prove it. That a new identity is not built through motivation. It's built through evidence. If you say, I'm the type of person who respects my time, then respect your time today. Say no to one distraction. If you say, I'm the type of person who stays calm under pressure, then practice your breath when you feel anxious. Every small action is a vote for your new identity, and the more votes you give it, the stronger it becomes. You don't have to become a different person overnight. You just have to act like one for 10 minutes a day. That's how warriors are made. That's how confidence is built. That's how your mind becomes your power. That you're not stuck, that you're just still living inside an identity that no longer fits who you want to be. You don't have to fix the old you. You don't have to keep healing, overthinking, or explaining. You just have to start building a new version with your thoughts, your language, your actions, and your focus. Identity is not a personality. That it's not just how you are. That it's a program. And your mind is the operating system. So update it, rewrite it, rebuild it. Because when your identity changes, your life will follow. Not slowly, not someday, but right now. Part 6. Protect your power every single day. You've come a long way. That you've learned how your mind is your magnet. That you've trained your thoughts like a warrior. You've stopped feeding it junk. that you've taken control of your focus, that you've started building a new identity, one belief at a time. But here's the final truth no one tells you. The world will still try to break you. Even after all this work, even after all your growth, even after all your inner victories, because the world doesn't stop, that IT still has distractions, that IT still has noise, that IT still has people who doubt you, that IT still has moments that shake your peace. And if you don't protect your power, you will slowly lose everything you've built. Not all at once, but slowly, silently, piece by piece, until one day you look in the mirror and say, "Why do I feel like I'm back at zero?" That's why this part is not a conclusion. It's a ritual, that a daily commitment to make sure you never lose the power you've created inside your mind. The 6 daily guards. How to protect your mental power. Point 1. Protect your mornings like sacred ground. Your morning is your foundation, and you cannot build a strong mind on a weak start. That if you begin your day with noise, you give your power away before you even begin. So protect the first 60 minutes of your day like your life depends on it, because it does. No social media. No messages. No comparing. No reaction. Instead, sit with silence. Speak one powerful sentence aloud. I control my mind, not the world. Write down one intention. Today I will respond with strength, not emotion. This isn't self-help. This is mental armor. A calm mind in the morning becomes an unstoppable force by night. Point 2. Use the 3-sentence rule. Every time you get triggered, you will get emotional. You will feel low. You will feel small. That's human. But power is not about never falling. Power is about not staying there. The moment you feel overwhelmed, whenever someone hurts you, disrespects you, or life feels too much, use the 3-sentence rule. 1. This emotion is not who I am. It's just passing through. Point 2. I control my reaction, not them. Point 3. I've trained too hard to give away my peace for free. This one rule can save your entire day, your entire progress, your entire transformation. Because power is not built in comfort. It's built in moments when you refuse to go back to your old self. Point 3. Do one identity anchor action every day. Your new identity needs evidence. You must give it one small action daily. To stay alive, an identity anchor is a habit that connects you to the new version of yourself. Examples: reading one page of a powerful book, saying your mantra aloud in the mirror, writing your goals in present tense, moving your body even when tired, saying no to one distraction, meditating for 5 minutes, finishing something you start. These are not big things, they're anchors. And you only need one anchor a day to stay rooted in your new identity. Without anchors, your growth will float away. With anchors, you become unshakable. Point 4. Set a daily, no matter what standard. Most people live by emotion. They say, I'll do it if I feel like it. I'll try if I'm not too tired. I'll work on my goal if I have time. This mindset destroys all progress. Set one small thing you do every day, no matter what. Even if you're tired, even if you're sad, even if it's raining, even if you're heartbroken. Point 1 thing. I write for 10 minutes. I stretch for 5 minutes. I speak 1 minute of English aloud. I plan my day before touching my phone. I don't complain. I solve. Not for the result, for the discipline, for the identity, for the power it keeps alive in you. Because power doesn't come from doing easy things. It comes from doing the right thing, even when it's hard. Point 5. Build a mental reset routine. When you slip, you will fall. You will break routine. You will miss a day. You will have bad weeks. You're human. But the mistake is not falling. The mistake is staying down and saying, I failed. I'll start again someday. No, create a reset ritual. A simple 10-minute routine that brings you back when you slip. Sit in silence for 2 minutes. Write down, where did I fall? Why? Forgive yourself out loud. Speak your new identity again. Take one action that proves you're back. This is how you protect your progress. You don't let it disappear. You reclaim it, and that's what makes you powerful. And every day with one question. Before you sleep, ask this. Did I protect my mind today, or did I give it away? This question will rewire your brain. It will make you aware. It will make you honest. And it will make you stronger every night. Because your power doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be protected every single day. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever hold. And most people never realize what they're holding. They let it run wild. They let it obey fear. They let it follow the noise. And they spend their whole life wondering, why do I feel like I'm never enough? But not you. Not anymore that you've seen the truth, that you've done the work, that you've built the foundation. Now, protect it. Protect your mornings. Protect your beliefs. Protect your identity. Protect your power. Because power is not loud, it's quiet, it's daily, it's built in small choices that no one sees. And when you protect that power long enough, you don't just feel different, you become unrecognizable. You become the version of yourself you always felt deep inside, but never knew how to find. Now you do, and the world will try to pull you back, but you won't go, because now you know your mind is your superpower, and no one can take it from you unless you give it away. Listen to me, that I'm not here to motivate you, that I'm not here to inspire you, that I'm here to tell you something no one else will say. You are wasting your power every single day. You scroll. Every time you choose distraction. Every time you break a promise to yourself. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow. Every time you lie to yourself and call it self-care, that you're not just wasting time, that you're destroying the version of you that could have been unstoppable. And you think it's okay. You think it doesn't matter. No, it does. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hold your hand and drag you out of your mental chaos. No one is going to knock on your door and say, hey, it's your time now. It's already your time. You just keep running from it. But let me tell you something. You will not get this moment again. You will not get this year again. And if you don't use your mind now, one day you'll wake up 35, 40, 50 years old and whisper to yourself, what the hell did I do with my life? Don't you dare let that happen. You are not weak. You are not stupid. You are not broken, that you're just lazy with your mind, that you've trained your brain to be comfortable, not powerful. To react, not respond. To quit, not rise. To scroll, not build. But now you're here, right here, watching this video, feeling something inside you start to wake up. Don't ignore it this time. You already know what needs to be done. So do it. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Use your mind, train it, protect it, master it. Or be prepared to spend the rest of your life watching others live the life you were meant to create. The choice is yours. But remember, you don't get forever. If you're serious about changing your life, hit subscribe and stay on this journey with us here on Native Flow, because this is not just a channel. This is a movement. A place where we train the mind, master the language, and build the life you deserve. Your mind is waiting. Your future is calling. Answer it now.